What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. And today we have a pretty interesting topic that's been going around, making the rounds on all the YouTube boxing channels. And it is YouTube boxing dying? Now we're going to answer that question, but before I answer that question, I must answer this question. Is my channel dying? I haven't uploaded in 2 weeks about. And the answer to that question is no. My channel took a pause, and I've just been really busy for one. Two, I'm not going to lie, I've been lacking a little bit of motivation, and that's my fault only. If I want to make it somewhere doing these YouTube videos, then I have to be consistent, and I have to get off my ass and do it. So that's on me. And three, honestly, I just feel like the combat sports world's been pretty dead the last few weeks. There's nothing that I've been like, ooh, I need to talk about that. Like, nothing really since the KSI fight. Like, the UFC announced a couple things that are, whatever. The Ultimate Fighter started last night. I guess that's cool. But mainly it's been kind of dead. But I've been seeing that everybody's been asking the question, is the YouTube boxing scene dying? And I figured I'd give my 2 cents on it. So, I think that the YouTube boxing allure has significantly decreased due to the fact that these guys are now taking the approach to life of being a professional boxer for all intents and purposes. Guys who were making YouTube videos who wound up thinking it was a good idea to box another YouTuber, and then their following was engaged a lot because they had videos coming out about it, yada, yada, yada. Now it's kind of just like, we're going to train to box. We're not really doing a lot of YouTube anymore. You know us from 5-6 years ago when we were active on YouTube, and now we're just boring old professional boxers. Just not as good as professional boxers. And, yeah, I think that's going to harm the scene long term. I think that the way I view it is that I still enjoy the fights. I still enjoy the whole scene as a whole. But we have to understand and accept the fact that the earlier fights, the bigger fights, are a thing of the past. A thing of the past. The KSI Logan, Weller KSI, like fights like that where there was real animosity. Like from a different whole different wave. There's not really going to be that anymore. Everything's just going to be competitive animosity, and a lot of the fights don't even have animosity. And when the events get more frequent, there's several different promotions now putting on these influencer events almost monthly at this point. It's just going to lose its allure. I think the skill has significantly increased from back then in 2018-19 to now, and that's cool if you're a combat sports fan like myself. But the allure of influencer boxing, YouTube boxing, is it's just more based on the show than the skill. If I want to watch high level boxing, I'll just go watch traditional boxing, or I'll watch mixed martial arts at the highest level. Like, I enjoy that these guys are dedicating themselves and putting on better shows that aren't shit shows. That makes the fights more entertaining, but the whole build-up is not the same. However, on the flip side, I think if you find yourself going back and watching the press conference for Joe Weller KSI, or you watch the press conferences for Jake and Deji and KSI Logan, they were almost unwatchable. Almost so unbearably bad and cringeworthy. Like the Weller KSI one is so cringy. So cringy. Even the first Logan and KSI one, it's really hard to get through them. Like, but at the same time, that's what made them special, if that makes sense. That's what made them different. The awfulness of it made it special. It made it good. It made it different than your traditional combat sports. Now, if you watch a KSI or a Misfits press conference, or a most valuable promotions press conference, it's your run-of-the-mill combat sports press conference. They're not really bringing out props. They're not shouting like they've never been there before. They're a lot more like a fighter now. And that comes when you attempt to get good at something, you become more experienced, and you start to act more like that thing. You know, if I sit here and try to play guitar for 5 years, eventually I'm going to play guitar like a guitarist. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I think that in that way of looking at it, it's never going to be the same. But it doesn't mean that it's dying. It doesn't mean that it's not still a fun alternative. I enjoy the Misfits cards a lot. I enjoy the MVP Jake fights. You know, it is what it is. I wish he wouldn't fight like competition that's not even going to be competitive to him. But, you know, it is what it is. Kingpin was fun. They just need to make the fights we want to see happen. One of my main problems, especially with Misfits right now, is they're building too much. KSI and Logan, everybody wanted it, and then it just happened. As soon as KSI called him out, it just happened. You didn't see a phase where Logan had to go fight Joe Weller. Then Logan had to fight some guy we never heard of. Then Logan had to fight another guy we never heard of. Meanwhile, KSI's fighting a guy we never heard of. And then finally, 2-3 years down the line, KSI and Logan fight. I understand Misfits is trying to build people, but we just want to see the fights we want to see. Even if you have to cut the events in half and have half the events you're having on a yearly schedule, give us the fights we want to see. Dean and Wild Sharks should have been ran back immediately. Boom. Run that back. Tell the story the way DAZN told the story about KSI and Logan when they did the second fight. Get that popping. L. Brook and Astrid Wet. Yeah, there's a little bit of a weight difference, whatever, but we will work that out. Make it happen. I don't want to see Astrid. I don't want to see this at all. But, I mean, in terms of other people's views, I don't want to see Astrid Wet fight some random chick, and then L. Brook fight some random chick, and then blah, 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 and then we wonder who would. No, it's not boxing. It's not traditional boxing. We sit and get frustrated with traditional boxing because they never make the fights we want to see. And they make it wait and wait and wait until it's not special anymore. That's what's happening with KSI Jake. It's literally not special anymore. Like, if you think about it, like, who cares? I don't even care. At this point, sure, KSI, just go fight Tommy. Because the Jake fight should have happened years ago. 2020 it should have happened. Should have happened 6 months after the Logan fight. But, yeah, we want to see L. Brook, Astrid Wet. Boom, make it happen. We want to see Dean and Wild Sharks run it back. Boom, make it happen. We want to see Slim and Gibb. Boom, make it happen. And I know negotiations are a real thing, but, like, back in the day when YouTube boxing was first happening, we got the fights we wanted to see when we wanted to see them. We wanted to see KSI and Weller. Boom. We wanted to see KSI and Logan. Boom. Wanted to see it again. Boom. Wanted to see Jake and Gibb. Boom. Like, easy. That's why it's really being affected in my mind. Like, we had real beef with Slim and Ryan Taylor. Like, that was cool. Like, we had some semi-real beef with Gibb and Austin McBroom. That's cool. But then you got so many fights that just do not matter. Like, when I saw Slim was announced to fight Tom Zanetti, I'm like, who is Tom Zanetti? And why is he fighting Slim? Like, what sense does this make? Of course, it wound up being a great fight. But, like, I didn't know that going in. I didn't care about it going in. Like, we want to see special fights. Fights that we're like, ooh, this guy and this guy have been beefing forever. They're internet personalities. Something's got to give. Someone's going to take an L on a massive stage. Now they're not even internet personalities. If you haven't been watching YouTube boxing for years now, you have no idea who these guys even are. Like, Deji Wasabi 2 should just happen. Deji's out here fighting Swarms when Deji's so much higher in a skill level than Swarms. That's another thing that's a problem with the influencer boxing scene right now, especially on Misfits, is they're putting people in matchups where they have no chance. Every card. Every card, there's at least one fight, usually multiple fights, where one guy is significantly more skilled than the other. JMX fought Ginty. Deji fought Swarms. KSI fought Swarms. Salt Poppy fought that dude, the dude that did this and just got knocked out. Andy Worski. Like, why? We want to see two guys that are similar skill level, that have a reason to be fighting. Don't make this professional boxing, because then all we're watching is a less skilled version of what we could already watch. Take that into consideration if you are somebody handling anything behind the scenes for influencer boxing. But yeah, guys, it's still fun to watch. It's still a cool outlet, but it's just not the same. It's not hitting the same, and I agree with that. Maybe it could get revived if the right matchups get made. The absence of Logan Paul has hurt the scene. Jake Paul taking absolutely retarded fights, or, trying to fight professional boxer. KSI trying to prove he can fight a professional boxer. Like, we don't care. We don't want to see y'all do that, like, in all honesty. And I've heard a lot of people start saying, like, oh, we wish Bryce Hall would get back in the scene. Yeah, why not? Bryce Hall's absolutely atrocious at boxing. Terrible fighter. But he knew how to sell the show. He had a name, and he went in there with his reputation, his internet reputation on the line. That's what we care about. Something's got to give. But, yeah, guys, I'm rambling a bit. That's pretty much all I got to say about the topic. It's not dead, but it's not hitting the same. That's kind of what it is. And it doesn't mean that it can't get back to its glory days, but I don't see it happening. Too many people are involved now. It's not just KSI and Logan want to fight. They get their people talking, and then it happens. Like, now it's like a promotion, and multiple fighters are on multiple different promotions, and it's literally become traditional boxing at a lower level. So, that's unfortunate. But, anyway, guys, I will be posting more. Don't unsub if you've subbed. Please, I promise the good content is coming. I had a little lapse in motivation. I'm going to try to get back to uploading multiple times a week. I don't think I'm going to be uploading 4 times a week anymore, because I think the videos just don't get enough time to gain traction that way. If I post a video Wednesday and then I post a video Thursday, I think I might cut back to 2 to 3 videos a week. But I will be uploading consistently, and I will be uploading every single time that I have something that I want to talk about as well. So if I have another topic that makes it 4 uploads a week, I'm going to be on that shit. Yeah, guys, hit the sub button. You won't regret it. Hit the like button and leave a comment down below and let me know, do you think this scene is dying? Do you think this scene's alive and well? Did you enjoy it more in 2019 than you enjoy it now in 2023? Let me know, because I'm very curious about that. I will see you guys later. Love y'all.